Where's the button? Hey guys, welcome to the last 90 minutes of the readathon. We're going to do 90 minutes of sprints, or like, well, not 94 minutes of sprints. And my YouTube is playing in the background, going great. Yeah, 90 minutes of sprints, and then we're going to do a 30-minute wrap up of the readathon. So we have Which Way, This Way, Ashley, as usual. She's always here.
I am.
And we're joined by Deja as well today, and I will put both of their channels in the description box when I'm done streaming, because I forgot to do that because neither of them were supposed to be here. So it's a very last minute affair, everything. So if we talk, we'll go till 45 and then we'll start our first sprint. So we have 15 minutes.
Cool.
How are you guys doing with the readathon? Like, what are your books, or your prompts, and what have you completed?
Oh god, that's too many questions. Hang on. What prompts did I end up doing?
My bad. To be fun, I've just finished my third book, so I don't really know what's going on.
I know I've completed 4 books, so I've done 1 book for every roll drop. So I had the Dawn Chorus for Paranormal. Binti for, what was that one for?
Gifted? Oh, Culturally Diverse.
That one. Ivy Aberdeen for Gifted, and then, oh my god, what else did I read? Oh, Down Among the Sticks and Bones for YA Fantasy.
Cool.
I am on my 4th book, so this will be like, I'm trying to do 1 for each roll drop too. And the first one was like the chance card, and I did Crier's War. And then the second one, oh my gosh, the second one, I guess it technically counts for Culturally Diverse, was the Henna Wars. It was originally for the other prompt, but then I think it fits better for Culturally Diverse. And then the third one, I read The Shadows by Alex North for thriller/mystery, which I started beforehand, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to fit it in. And then it just happened to get thriller. And I was like, yes! I was so happy. Like, everybody was like, yes, Deja, come on, it'll fit in. And I was like, what are the chances? And then for contemporary/romance, I'm reading Felix Ever After now.
Oh, I really want to read that one.
Yeah, it's really good so far. I'm really liking it.
Good.
I have just finished my 3rd book. So I had A Sacrifice in the Smoke by Kelsey Sutton and Jessie Elliott for Paranormal. And then I had Long Way Down, which you can't see because this lamp is terrible, Culturally Diverse. And then I had this in for Gifted. I was going to replace it because I'm not going to finish it. And then I just finished my last one like literally half an hour ago, which was for Contemporary Romance. I don't even have a rating or anything for this yet because I haven't put it in my spreadsheet. So I think it'll be a 4 or a 5. But yeah, that's where I'm up to.
Nice. I do also have, like, this is what I'm going to be reading during this, because what prompt was this for? I keep forgetting everything I'm doing. For one of them.
Viewer recommendation?
Yes. I love how Becca knows what I'm reading more than I do. Yeah, viewer recommendation, but I did start this beforehand, and I'm not going to finish this before we end because that's everything I've got left. But I need something to read during a reading sprint, so I'll just continue.
Yeah, I'm on page 114 of The Bear and the Nightingale, so this is not getting done.
Quite far into it though, to say you only started it at like 10 this morning.
I started it yesterday in the sprint, so I read 20 pages in my Instagram sprint, and then I read 50 pages last night, and then the rest I read in an Instagram sprint, I think.
I'm confusing the Instagram sprints it was last night. I was thinking of the one you did this morning.
Oh yeah, no, I was just doing my makeup then. No reading was done. So what did we all think of the rolls? Did the rolls go in your favor?
They went into mine, yeah. Someone on the live was like, what happens if we get big book? And I was like, please don't say that. Please don't say that. That's terrible. And then all of us were in the live like thinking about it still, like every single time. And it was terrible. That really got into my head. I was like, I'm so nervous now.
Yeah, that would have come up if it was a community chest card. I felt bad because I knew what the prompts were the entire time. Like when I did my announcement, I already knew what all the prompts were. So I had to say like, you need chance cards and you need community chest cards just in case. But I knew that community chest wasn't coming up. So I hope nobody like put a lot of effort into community chest cards that we didn't need. I'm just seeing if I can
It would have been funny. I imagine a lot of people would have just like gone to the Saga Compendium or something where it's like a graphic novel.
Yeah.
That's just mad.
To be fair, there were a lot of people reading like Crescent City has been read, A Court of Glory has been read. Somebody had A Court of Wings and Ruin on the TBR. A lot of Akatar, which is about 450 pages.
I think I saw somebody reading Priory and I'm like, are you insane?
Yeah, mine's like, wait, it's always reversed, so I never know. Mine's like right there, but I haven't read it yet. That book is huge. It's too big.
It's chunky.
I'm just very quickly adding your guys' links to the description box. But yeah, I think it's been pretty good so far. The Twitter has been wild. I did not anticipate that amount of people. Like, I think as soon as I posted the announcement, I said to Ashley, I was like, there's a lot of people here. And I don't know what to do with all these people.
They're just like, welcome to the readathons.
You're like, why are you surprised? And I was like, it's a 48-hour readathon? That's why I'm surprised.
You literally blamed me because I told you to make polls a thing. You were just like, why?
I was having the best time answering the polls.
I was just like, it's weird out. It's popular.
The polls are so good.
I'm loving seeing people's ratings in the comments. So somebody may have said that it had 2 stars, 1 3-star, 2 4 stars. What have your guys has been? Look, that wasn't a sentence. What have your ratings been?
Heck, my brain is so like jumbled.
I'm gonna put my rating in now and see what we get. Because I don't have a rating for my last book, but my first 2 were 4 stars. I think it's gonna be an entirely 4-star readathon for me.
Ooh.
I've done 4-star, 4.5-star, and then 3-star.
I feel like mine have been pretty average. Like I read a lot of books that weren't priority on my shelf, but I've been meaning to read. So I started off well because I had the Dawn Chorus and yep. And then I forgot what I read again. Ivy Aberdeen was 3-star, Binti was 3-star, and Down Amongst Sits and Bones was 3 stars as well. So pretty average besides the Dawn Chorus for me.
Yeah, Slap in the Name of Pants just came out at 4 stars. It's one of my least favorite. I don't know because I had to listen to a 5-hour audiobook in one day, and I'm not an audiobook person, so that was a lot for one day. I think that ruined my enjoyment a little bit towards the end of it. I kept having to rewind it by 30 seconds because I wasn't paying attention, and I knew that there were bits that I've loved because I've already read this book before. But yeah, it came out at 4 stars, which is there's only one other book in the series I've given 4 stars. The rest are 5 because I love them so much.
I just saw Jade list off numbers and I'm like, how many did you read?
7. So I'm assuming that she's going to try and read a graphic novel in this live. Jamie's got all 5 stars.
That's
wow.
right.
How cute Jamie is. I love Jamie's Instagram stories. He sings a lot and shouts a lot.
I have the Believathon thing in my head.
I can't even do it. I need I think Gavin's asleep. Gavin's crap. But
we have to get a drink and do the Believathon tune.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I don't think anyone knows that we remember that.
Sometimes I'll just sit like, and in my head it'll be like, it's the Believathon tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, good times. Oh, so I'm just really tired every time I do a live show. I'm even more bedraggled. Have you guys been doing all-nighters or anything? I don't think Ashley has.
No.
I know, like, Deja, you've been doing a lot of sprints, so you've been active and like on YouTube a lot.
Yeah. I had one account that was like for StreamYard, and if you have it free, you can only do like 20 hours a month or something. Mm-hmm. And so I was like at 17 hours and yesterday night, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna just make a new account with a different email real quick. I was like, wondering if I connected it to my YouTube, if they would like realize, but they didn't. So I was like, am I really gonna pay $20 for this to just go live? And so I was like, no, I'm gonna try and make a different account.
That is a problem that we've had before though, because I can't remember when it was, but we were considering lots of live shows at one point, and we were like, wait, do we have enough hours between us?
I wanted to organise a 24-hour live show that is one constant live stream and people tag in and out. So like, say I would start with Ashley maybe, and then I would leave, Ashley would stay, and then like you would come in, and then Ashley would leave, you would stay, and somebody else would come in, and it would be a continuous stream of 24 hours, but StreamYard only give you 20 hours. So the live show would have to end and start again at some point. Which is sad because that was a really good idea.
Yeah. Also, like YouTube, like the first day that I did them, YouTube just like really just took down my live after like a bit, like probably like 3 hours. It just took it down, and then I went and I just made a new one for like an hour and a half, and then they took it down again, and I was like, wow, I really did nothing, and you guys are really out here just really just making me, because I would come back, both times I just went to like go to the bathroom and I came back and it said like 0 people were watching, and I was like, what happened? I was so confused.
They've been doing that, like it's been quite a common thing. But I think it's just because, at least they said initially, that with the whole COVID situation, they've not had like actual humans in offices checking all the algorithms and stuff. So some kind of YouTube behind the scenes program would have just randomly taken a live stream down, and there wasn't any human to be like, no, that's fine. So they've just been targeting really random ones.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jade. Why did you have to ruin everything for me? I could have just given somebody no, I would have had to give everybody my password. Oh, Jade. You killed all my dreams.
Thing is, you could just add people, like you could just come back every 2 hours and be like, boop, dip out again.
The point was that people could sleep in shifts.
Yeah.
Oh well. She says she's sorry, but she's probably not. You could do it on Twitch, but just getting people over to Twitch is, I don't know how to have multiple people. I've only ever streamed from OBS onto Twitch. I can't have Streamlabs because I've got a Mac. Although I think they've made a Streamlabs now for Mac.
I know it's not great, but can you live stream Zoom? Because I'm pretty sure the UK YBAs are doing that.
I don't even know how Zoom works. It's something that's only and I'm like, what is this?
It's really unnerving because the UK YBAs are doing like live show panels and they're using Zoom, I think, and I'm just like, why? I don't want to use Zoom.
If you're like not hosting it, it's not that bad, but I think to stream it, you have to have like a business account or something, like some sort of like paid account to be able to stream it, because you can't just do like a normal stream. It has to be like it's called like a panel or something, like a lecture, I think, and you have to, only certain accounts get lectures, and that's the only way that you can stream it. I don't know, but yeah, it seems complicated.
The thing that Elizabeth said is what I suggested when Becca initially came up with this, like do 12-hour streams, so you cut off at one point and then continue on another channel or whatever.
But then I did this, and I don't think I can handle another one.
She said before she's planning on doing
that. So Jade can do a 24-hour live stream. I'm getting her back for ruining my dreams. Okay, we've got 1 minute to go. Ashley, do you know where that place is that you write where you're streaming? Banners. There we go. Never mind. Found it.
I wouldn't have been able to tell you, like, just...
There we go.
This is an example of a banner.
Summarize your talking points. I'm doing well, guys. Should we do Christine at first? Reading.
I'm definitely going to be one of those sprinters that, like, does a slow crawl rather than sprint because sci-fi and there's made up things, and I'm just like, nope.
Okay. Let's do. I need to put it. Now I need to put it on the screen. There we go. All good. Just going to edit it again. Ignore me. I like that one better. Curtis has just started to come downstairs and make noise. Perfect time. Oh, my voice is gone. Time is what I tried to say. I'm gonna set a timer next time. I always forget. I read 8 pages, I think, that time. I'm struggling to concentrate. I'm not a nighttime reader.
I read 12, which surprises me.
Not bad, not bad. That book's quite slow as well.
Mm-hmm.
I read 32.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's a very lighthearted contemporary, and then also I want to get through it quick before the end of the readathon. So I'm listening to the audiobook with it, so it goes quicker.
I love how one of the things Claire said is, "Wow, that's the longest I've seen Ashley sit still."
Yeah.
The worst.
Said, "Shush, everyone is reading," and then one person that talks. Get rid of
yeah, I'm the worst person to bring to a live reading because I'm too fidgety to actually sit still.
I think Ashley, you're reading Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, and that always reminds me of the Winter Night trilogy because I think all the books were released in the same years, so they were always read together by booktubers.
Ah, I never noticed that.
Well, I think so because this came out in 2019, and I think check when that was published.
This is 2014.
Really? I thought it was later than that. Maybe just the people who like them like the same books. Because I've seen them together a lot in videos, like people reading.
It might have taken a while for this, like that series, to get popular, or even vice versa. Like this, like there might have been the first book released and then it got popular when a sequel was released or something like that.
Yeah, Jade doesn't agree, but she doesn't agree with anything I'm saying.
I thought you meant like because of the actual books at first, and I was like, I do not agree with that.
Well, I associate them with each other. I think it's because as well they're both quite short trilogies, and they're both really popular. It's just like a weird brain association thing, I think.
Meanwhile, I'm there just like, they're both blue, purple. Not seeing it.
See how everybody else did. Oh, 57% into Restless Slumber.
You won't be able to stop now, I can assure you.
Oh my god. I downloaded Fortuna Swan on my Kindle, or my Kindle app on my phone. So I'm going to read it soon, maybe next month, because this month is so packed.
I feel that.
It is. It is. I actually have live stuff happening. Not like super interesting live stuff, but like my best friend is coming to visit for the first time in 5 months. I haven't seen him in 5 months, which is like a record. To be honest, actually, that's the only thing I can think of that's happening. Oh, I've got a nail appointment, but it's all really exciting because we're coming out of lockdown a little bit. So
yeah,
makes me to live a bit.
I'm excited for all your hand flapping to become more.
Yeah,
as soon as I get my nails done, like I talk like this in my videos.
I need to get mine done too. I had my nails done for like 3 years straight, like consistently. And so then it's been so weird to not have them. I feel like I'm just getting used to it. It's so weird.
I only had mine done for a few months. I think I got my first set might have been November. And then my last set was done. I had my last set with the Crescent City nails I had done for the release.
Oh,
the best nails. That was really weird actually. Everybody that is my most liked tweet. No, not tweet. Post. And loads of people were sending me their versions of my nails, which was really cool.
Yeah.
I'm just a big Sarah J. Maas nerd essentially.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, mine are very slowly growing back, my little teeny nails.
I got my first set in November of 2016, I think, or October. I think it was October. And then I've had them since then, which is really crazy and really expensive. But it's just like weird to not have them.
It's a long time.
I've just seen the Charlie Travesty series that she's written with. Yeah, it's coming out in paperback, and I'm like, yes, I can finally get it.
Yeah, I want it in paperback as well because all self-published books are really heavy. So hardbacks like can't lift them. It's just really, really heavy. So I'll get the paperback.
Very excited.
Very exciting. 136 pages into The Hate You Give.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is a bit chunky.
Yeah.
Just looking at the time. Should we do another 15 minutes at 10 past? And then talk for 10 minutes, and then that will take us to 35, and then do a 25-minute sprint till midnight.
Can do.
Okay, that's the plan.
I
Big
hate
one.
Like the times of sprints, like the amount. I must have checked about 5 times the 45-minute sprint I did on Twitter earlier because it started at like 10 past. So I was like, right, like this does end at this time, right? And this doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Someone's reading Mexican Gothic. That makes me happy because I've heard like mixed things about it and they said they're enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
Is Claire okay?
Yeah.
Because it seems like she can't hear us. She keeps telling us to stop reading. And I'm like, we're not reading.
She might be behind, maybe.
Just going, hello. And I'm like, we're here, Claire.
I type her in a comment now. Will she even see it if she's behind? That is, I need some. Let's just
check the comments, yeah, because the comments are live, so she should be seeing comments as they are. Bless her.
talking to her dog.
Oh.
I want such.
Okay.
The Lie Tree, I have that.
I read that like years ago.
Is it good? Because I got it on a whim, and I don't know if I want to read it.
I can't remember that much about it, but it's. I don't want to say it's. Like, I can't predict if you'd like it or not. I think you'd just think it's all right.
And that's what I feel when I look at it. I have 2 books by the author now as well.
This is the thing. I read it and I enjoyed it, but I've never felt an inclination to read anything else by her, which says a lot about me because usually I'm the sort of person that's like, I must read everything by this author now.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Slow, interesting but slow. Just, I don't really think they're for me, but I think actually I might have put one of them in These Books Will Self-Destruct video. I don't know. I never remember what's in that video, and I'm too lazy to go and look.
Oh, I was just impulse bought pizza. Nice.
Those are the 2 books that tied.
I just said what are books, and I was like,
yeah. 2 that tied. I can't remember what they were. I saw the poll. But a DNF on the tree.
I couldn't tell you what it's about. I have a vague idea, but I feel like I'm mixing it up with another book, but I don't know if that's just because they're really similar concepts.
Someone's starting The Shadows by Alex North, which I just finished, and I gave it 3 stars, if you wanted to know. But I've seen a lot of people give it 4 and 5 stars. I just felt it was like the writing was quite odd, and it was doing too much.
I'm going to vote Bone Crier's Moon on this one because you are not going to finish Crooked Kingdom anytime.
No. Bone Crier's Moon
is quick if you want it. Like, it's big, but it can be quick because it's very melodramatic.
Oh, I'm so excited to read that.
The entire plot is just people going, you're going to die, no, you're going to die, no, you're going to die. And I'm like, who's dying? Because...
What else have we got? Who's Susan Wright? I feel like I recognize the author name.
Ooh.
I read it up.
Can't remember. I'm going to have a look.
Deathless Divide, is that the sequel to Dread Nation, I want to say? I've lost that comment as well.
Yeah, I think so.
I heard nothing about that sequel, but everybody was raving about the first book.
Yeah.
Claire's reading Forest of Souls, which is illustrated. The cover's by Charlie Bowater, so I want to read that. That's how I pick my books, if Charlie Bowater does the illustration.
There's a book that I found earlier, and I can't figure out for the life of me if Charlie Bowater is the person who did it, because it's a book that I've never seen before, so I was like, usually she's on really popular covers. And there's light differences, so I'm like, is it? I can't figure out. I need to actually look it up.
We've got 1 minute till we're sprinting again. I'm going to set a timer. Have I ever set a timer on my phone? No.
You're going to give it a heart attack when it goes off? Absolutely.
Yeah, I could I could just set my alarm, but then the 1975 is going to play really loud. Because I don't actually know what song my alarm is. I might just set my alarm, and because I tend to watch the time anyway, so at least I'll be prepared. But yeah, next sprint.
Currently reading a Legion because I finally want to find out why everyone on BookTube is so mad about it.
I wasn't mad about it, to be fair, actually. I
think I was, but I read it like when it came out, and I can't remember when that was, but it was in the teenage time when I was dramatic about everything. Not
Let's
that
see
I'm.
what alarm is. It's gonna go up. Oh, it's is it Imagine Dragons? Why can't I remember the song of my own alarm? I think it's Imagine Dragons. Oh no, it's not. It's If Clyra. There we go. So it's really loud. It's a song from Spin Class.
I used to have the Lion King thing as my alarm, so it would quite literally just scream at me.
Oh my god, Curtis did that once. We'll sprint in a sec. Curtis did that to me once, and he was staying at mine before he moved in, and I don't think we worked together, and he had the Lion King as this alarm, and I startled awake so hard and was like hyperventilating. He's like shouted out of his phone in the morning. It was awful.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I use my Alexa to wake me up, and you don't have a lot of options. And I feel like only like talking wakes me up. So I have this really obnoxious Hotel Transylvania sound that wakes me up. Everybody on the live loves it. Like from my other lives, they all heard it because they asked to see it. So it's like super obnoxious. He's like, I don't even know what he's doing. He's like yelling.
Okay, let us sprint.
Just
Caught it. It's on like a gradual volume thing, so I caught it before it got really loud. I didn't read a lot then. I read 5 pages. Getting worse.
I read 13. I seem to be hitting an average here.
I read 24.
It's a good job you guys are here, otherwise if I'd have been on my own, nothing would have been
like, woo, reading!
Somebody asked us a question, but I can't remember how long ago it was now.
I think it was what the best book we've read. Yeah.
All of mine are 4 stars. I think that this is going to turn out at 4 stars as well. I'm not loving it as much as I love the second book. Which is sad. Best book overall for like reading experience and everything, I would probably say The Long Way Down, because it was short, because I listened to the audiobook at the same time and it was short enough that it didn't become tedious having to continue, because I started to get irritated after like 2 hours of having like noise directly in my ears. So I was getting annoyed listening to my audiobook today, so probably The Long Way Down.
Got to hear that because I've got that on its way to me.
I don't think it's amazing, but I do like the message, and it's very cyclical, and I like how it comes back round full circle by the end, and yeah, I really liked that about it.
Nice.
Yes. What about, do you guys have a favourite?
Mine's the Dawn Chorus.
Oh, you read that.
Nothing more needs to be said.
Mine's the Henna Wars. I really like that one. But this one I feel like might beat it out, but I'm not sure yet, obviously, because I still have like a little over half, or a little less than halfway.
I've heard great things about that. It's one of those books that I won't pick it up anytime soon, but I will eventually. Like Long Way Down, I've been wanting to read for 2 years, but I only bought it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. The Henna Wars is really good. And this is really good too. I like both of them.
Where's Gavin when people are reading Frostheart?
He's probably going to turn up in the comments now.
Yeah.
This is how you summon Gavin.
He's got the link, because I put the link in the group chat, so I'm fully expecting him to just appear at some point after a nap. Felix Ever After was a favourite.
It's funny because I tried so hard to get Felix Ever After, and it was just like sold out everywhere, and that you could get it in the UK. And then it came back, like I must have complained about it so much that in the Mythtake Discord, people, I think 3 different people sent me a screenshot saying it was back on Amazon. I couldn't buy it at that point, so I was like, for God's sake.
When we start the next sprint, I'm going to go refill my drink. So, and I'll read even less. What time? 35 is the next one.
His favourite was the Black Flamingo. That's really good. It's a really good readathon book as well.
I'm doing that thing with the Black Flamingo where I don't really want to read it, but everyone's saying it's amazing, and I know when I do read it, I'm going to really love it. But at the moment, I'm just like,
Yeah, I own it, but I haven't read it yet.
I think I'm doing that with just a lot of contemporaries. Like I just thought, I'm giving Alice Oseman one more chance with her newest one. One more chance, because everybody loves her, but then every time I say, oh, I'm not a fan, and then say which books I read, people tell me that I'm reading the wrong books, and I'm like, right, I'm going for the newest one then. If I still don't like her, I'm yelling at you all. I'm never trusting you again.
I've heard good things about it. My friend said that she's on page 30 and she already cried. So, yeah, I'm not the biggest contemporary fan, and I feel like I've been reading a lot, so I need to mix it up. I don't know. I feel like plain contemporary is my least favorite genre.
Same.
It's usually mine, but I want to read more of it. But I'm still trying to figure out like what the niche of contemporary is that I like, because I don't typically like just the love story types.
Oh, see, my 2 that I like is hard-hitting contemporary and smart. Yeah, that's it. So, like, Alice Oseman doesn't really appeal to me, although I do believe that her books are more hard-hitting than I believe them to be.
Yeah. People keep telling me to read them because they're based in university, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to relate. That's why I read about magic. Like,
they're not not a huge fan of relating normally. I remember I read The Upside of Unrequited by Becca, and I rated it 5 stars because I could relate to it, but then it was my worst book of the year because I actually really hated it. It was like a whole thing. I hate that book so much. I hate the main character because she's so unlikable. But then thinking about her experience and comparing it to mine, I'm like, okay, yeah, I was thinking that in this kind of position, but it's everything I hated about being a teenager. In a book, and it's so
I'm
annoying.
hoping Alice Oseman, like the one that I've got, because I got Loveless, and I'm hoping it's going to be a kind of Holly Bourne situation for me, because I've got 4 Holly Bourne books. I've got the Spinster Club trilogy because I love that, and I think I still would if I read it now. Probably not as much, but I think I would still enjoy it. But then she's got one book, and I think it's one of her earliest ones, and it's just like universally like, it's really not great because there's a lot of things about like fat phobia and the stuff that didn't age well, shall we say. But I read that one afterwards and was just like, what is this?
Well, I've been reading the Georgie Nicholson series, and they have not aged well at all. It's like one of her friends will say that she's got nice hair or something, and she'll ask if she's turned into a lesbian and things like that.
Oh.
But at the time, like, it was fine. But yeah, it's not aged well at all.
I think one book that's very much like that is Bridget Jones, which I hated when I read it years ago.
I read it years ago as well.
Remains probably one of my rantiest reviews on Goodreads. And every so often I still get comments on that by people being like, you just can't relate because you're not 40 years old. And I'm like, okay, if that's the reasoning why I hate this book, sure.
The thing about Bridget Jones is that she is still kind of relatable, but she's also annoying and awful.
The thing is, I like the film, but the books are just, no, it's all about like calorie counting and how many units of alcohol she's drank every day, and it's just generally like really self-pitying. And I know that it's, I don't know how to explain it because I know
it's kind of pretentious as well, isn't it?
I don't know.
In like a London woman in a like mid-30s kind of pretentious. Like the books by UK authors that I avoid, kind of pretentious. One of the worst books I've read was Sex and the City. I hated that book. It was written in the style of a magazine column. And it was like, is he called Mr. Big? It's like, Mr. Big and Carrie are going out for food at this restaurant. I'm like, I don't care. It's just because it was really obnoxiously written because it was like a high-profile New York magazine.
Not great. I mean, there's people in the comments Bridget Jones, so.
Oh yeah, Women in Georgia Nicholson as well.
It's like 14-year-old me is currently feeling validated. I wouldn't have been 14. How old would I have been? 18? I think it's because I discovered the film when I was that young.
I love the slow burn. That's how I managed to read Birthday Girl. Love me a slow burn. The sexual tension is better than the smut. The build-up is the best. Like, when you get to chapter 55 in A Court of Mist and Fury, I'm kind of like, that's when I stop shipping the thing, because I'm like, oh, it's over with now, and then, yeah. 54 is my favourite in Akama.
I have noticed that pretty much all of the contemporaries I've been buying are pink, or like pink spines. Like, I just have one very pink shelf, and I'm like, why? Why is this a thing?
That's really cool, though.
If I wanted to do a rainbow shelf, I'd be very set for that one colour.
I would be screwed. Most of my spines are black.
Mine were, but then, like, it would be mostly black, a random bit of colour for Samantha Shannon, and then pink.
I accidentally clicked on Jamie's comment. They're moving quickly, so every time I try and click on one, it moves up.
Yeah. I love how you guys are like, yeah, I read this in my teens and I wouldn't like it now, or something like that. And I'm like, I'm 17. Ever knows that I'm 17 everybody, I don't know what age people think I am, but everybody's like, what? Like, I didn't know you were a teenager. Yeah.
I just don't assume that people are younger than 20 for some reason. So everybody who looks quite young, I'm like, yeah, you're about 20.
My perception of everybody has changed because I thought everybody was my age, but then like most of the people I talk to are older than me, so I now think everybody's older than me, and then I'm like, oh, I'm not the baby here now.
Yeah.
I'm just setting up the next sprint. So we are going to midnight. This is the last sprint of the readathon, and I'm going to skedaddle and get myself a drink. So I've just, no, that's not right.
Yes, I'm 17. Somebody asked. Yeah. I'm almost 18. I turn 18 in like a couple months.
Not long to go. Reading until they're right.
Terrifying. I don't want to be 18. That's scary.
Oh, I felt the same when I turned 20, and then I felt the same when I turned 25. Now I'm 27, and I just hope that I don't realize when I turn 30.
Just read 8 books. Wow.
She just finished a graphic novel. She's thriving.
I wanted to get Saga in, and I haven't managed to. Maybe I should just go and read it now and figure out a prompt in a bit.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna leave you two guys. I'm gonna leave you guys to read while I go get a drink, and I'll mute my mic so I don't.
This is where it's like, right, now that she's gone, here's all the secrets.
You better like try turning 30. That's scary. Yeah. That. I just feel like I'm like 14. Anyways, you guys need to read. Stop talking.
There we go. Time. So that is the end of the Bookoplathon. And I've just got my page count. I finished at the end of a chapter, so I was like, I'll spend the last 3 minutes getting my page count total. So yeah, that was it. That was the first round of the Bookoplathon. And am I exhausted.
Oh, we made
Right,
it.
my page count is 813 for the 2 days. I've read 362 today and 450 yesterday.
Mine will be 800 and something, I think. I counted earlier. I was just under 800, and I've read more of this, so I think I'm exactly halfway through this now, actually.
Surprisingly, I've read 70.
Nice.
Not bad, not bad. I've read 70 pages of this today, which I don't think
is 1,262. But I think we need to finish this book before my time is up.
Oof.
I saw somebody had read like 2,200
Yeah,
something.
it's 2001 here. Yeah, it's read 1,775.
I know for the fact that if I had, instead of reading this, read more novella style stuff, I would have read more, because I have this weird thing where if I have less than 100 pages left in a book, I have to read it. So if I just kept reading books that were under 100 pages, I would have like built up stacks of 100.
I used to do that, but now I'm kind of just like, I'll get to 40 pages to the end of a book and I'm like, no, I'm going to sleep. I think I've over 1,500. I'm scrolling backwards. Oh, there's a big one.
It's funny though, because I will struggle to read like 100 pages throughout the entire day, but then I could get to like just before I'm about to sleep. If I'm under 100 pages, I'm reading 100 pages. And I'm like, why? I don't understand.
It's a lot of pages.
People have done so well.
I know, I'm so shocked. There's so many people who've read 8 books. Somebody asked when the next round is. Okay, so let me just get rid of this banner. I'm thinking of doing a month-long readathon. I don't know. While we're here, should I reveal what the plan is? Oh my god, Pris!
Did the full.
Pris has been awake for 48 hours. Oh my god, I did not.
No, I could never.
She slept all Friday? Was it? Yeah, all Friday. Woke up at midnight.
I almost accidentally did that for the last readathon. I think I was on like 37 hours or something.
I was on about, I think, or I must have been on about 34, I think, when I did readathon last time. Okay, so everybody wants to know, should I tell them what the plan is for the month-long one?
Yeah.
Okay. So at the minute, I'm thinking September, but the next readathon is going to have different prompts because I'm making an entire new board with just challenges on it. So it's pretty much going to be a board that's like a stack of community chest cards. So like the properties are going to be grouped into themes. So one category might be cover colors. So it'll be like a light cover, a dark cover, a book with sprayed edges. One could be like different types of representation in books. And I'm going to be doing, in the announcement, I'll just do like a tour of the board, and then I'll do my TBR video as usual, and then you guys can use my roles and have a set TBR, a set amount of prompts, or I'm going to try and do a digital version, but the digital version is just going to be like basic because I can't draw. So it will just be like a Monopoly template, and then I'll write in old squares what they are, and then you can print that out and roll like your own complete thing if you want. And just keep rolling and rolling and rolling.
I'm going to be the first person to be like, what if I don't have dice?
You could just ask Yuri.
You can have digital dice as well, I think. Good night, Press.
I love how Chris is like, right, I'm out, cool, done.
I think she dropped into all the sprints and been like, hi, I'm gonna go read a book. So yeah, I'm gonna have a physical board, and then there will be a digital one that you guys can print out, or you can just do it completely digitally, where you have a like simulated dice, and then just virtually
scan it somehow. Scan your board.
How am I gonna scan it that big?
Just take a photo and like you can send it over to your thing.
Oh yeah, true. I could do it on my camera, so it'd be pretty clear resolution.
Because that's what I was going to do when I one of the many times that I was going to set up an Etsy shop, because I didn't have a scanner for like, because I was going to scan watercolor paintings that I'd done, but yeah.
And then yeah, you can play with like the same rules I do, where you have to read an extra one. Then you also have the option of you can roll your entire TBR at the beginning of the month, or if you're a mood reader, you can roll as you go. So you can roll on the first of the month, read a book, and then roll again.
Can I do half and half? So I've got a TBR video, but then be like, so in a mood read.
I'm interested to see what people's TBR video is going to be like, because I wonder if people are going to do like my TBR video. With, like the rolls, and then this is the book I'm reading for this roll.
I've already done your TBR video, so it'll just be like,
But yeah, that's the plan.
Nice.
You can there is like, if you just Google blank Monopoly template, you get a template of the board that you can just write a thing. If I do it that way, I'll be typing, but I will probably take a photo. But yeah, so that is the plan. I'm very excited, but I'm also not, because I need to make a board, and it's bad enough having to make a board once a year. Like having to make another board is just filling me with dread. And you just do it so that you can post it note with me.
The planning of the board is fun when you just got a ton of post notes being like, where do you put all these?
They said, how do I combine TBR Pursuit? You could do your TBR Pursuit and then mood roll, I guess. Or you could do 2 TBRs, so you could do TBR Pursuit and then you could do your Bookopoly rolls and then see what you can match in. Have fun.
I'm trying to combine the word Bookopoly and Pursuit and it's not working. Persopoly. TBR Persopoly is coming your way.
Yes, there will be a Discord for the next one. I don't think I'll be doing much on Instagram, apart from probably a few live sprints. Bookoplathon.
I already can't say bookoplathon, so no, see.
TBR Persopoly. We got it.
Not very searchable in the YouTube algorithm, but
yeah, there's quite a few Bookonium.
That sounds like a chemical.
Periodic table.
Yeah, something that we're going on. The still life of Bookopoly. At least Cody would literally just have like Wheel of Bookopoly or something. Like, just...
Oh, I would love it if you made a Bookopoly board and pinned it to the wall and spun it.
That'd be really cool.
Imagine. Comes flying off and it takes a eye out with a corner.
Yeah, I need some time to actually make the board, but at the moment I'm thinking September. And then 48-hour rounds, I may do those seasonally. So there won't be an autumn round because there will be a month-long version. So the next one would be a winter round. Because I can't do this every month. It's just like such a stressful weekend. It's been really fun, but honestly, without people doing the Twitter takeovers, I would not have managed it. Because I think when Gavin did the first Twitter takeover, that was the first time I was able to read. And I also ate. And then like Jade did one tonight and I was eating while Jade was doing the Twitter.
At least when it's over a month, like you don't have to be there every single day.
Yeah.
It's kind of just retweet other people's stuff and be like, woo.
I might do what you did with Myth Take and have like a 24-hour readathon hosted by somebody different every weekend.
That really helped. It was kind of like my day off every week. I was like, right, notifications left to you, I'm out.
Seen Bookonium would definitely leave burns.
Yep.
I'm in Bookopoly board.
That would definitely take her eye out, though.
Oh god, yeah.
It just come flying off and she'd be blind.
Cody would beat everyone with like 50 books.
She's really hit and miss with reading. Like, she either reads loads or she doesn't. So it's like, where are we gonna go?
People like that just baffle me because I'm like a very steady reader.
I mean, I'm already on 10 books this month, so I can't really.
The last book I finished was my 7th, which is insane. It's the 12th. 7 books.
Oh my god, I've really nearly read a book a day. Wow. Bookopoly. That's amazing.
Oh, that's cute.
I like that one. But yeah, what was everybody's favorite prompt? Can't remember what mine was. I think I like Culturally Diverse because I had Long Way Down and it's an easy read because it's in verse and short. But mine was probably, was it the one that I didn't complete? It might have been Gifted because I was going to put a manga in there, but then I decided to combine prompts and then never finished the book. So
usually mine would be chance prompt because I like the whole like, oh, let's see what's going to win, but I didn't even use that.
It always goes wrong as well. Chance never works in your favor. You get a book that you want to read, it's normally like quite big, so it's like, oh, but I don't want to read it right now.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to read.
I like Chance as well, and Culturally Diverse.
I do like viewer recommends because people just shout books at me all the time, so I'm like, I'm doing it. At least I'm taking one off.
14 books so far for the month.
Wow.
Ooh. I think that the boards actually worked really well together. I was surprised because I was prepared to cheat the rolls if it was really bad. Like if I landed on like historical fiction and mystery thriller in the same thing, but I did them both in one take and they just worked perfectly together because the only time that we got 2 genres at the same time was when young adult fantasy and contemporary came up, and they're just complete opposite. So you can read pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Apart from adult fantasy and sci-fi.
Rihanna said that she was so glad that mystery thriller came up. I reacted to all of the roles on camera in my blog.
Oh, did you?
And that one came up and I was just like, oh. Even though I'm currently reading the thriller, so it wouldn't have even been that hard, but I just don't want to read it. So
Say I started a thriller on Thursday. I'm 40 pages in and I don't want to read it either. Page 44.
I think you're further than I am when I started it. Wow.
You started it ages ago.
I love thrillers.
Jade enjoyed Chance. I think Chance coming up first was cool. It was good as well because that coming up in the middle of a 48-hour readathon would have been a problem with all the polls.
She also said she was pissed off sci-fi didn't come up. I was laughing so hard at everybody being like, sci-fi is going to come up in your like one of your live shows because people thought you were hinting, and she's just like, no.
That's why I said it. I was going to say young adult fantasy, and I was like, no, that does come up. I said sci-fi, and everyone thought that meant that it was coming up, and I'm like, no, it means the opposite. It's not happening.
But that was no excuse, Jade, because I've read 3 sci-fi books in this time.
My book for prompt 1 was a thriller. I did kind of feel bad for the people who like picked, say, a thriller for the chance, and then thriller was coming up later, but they'd already finished it, and I was like, oh.
I was just like, imagine if sci-fi came up after I'd read 3 sci-fis in a row, and I was like, for God's sake.
Thrillers are good. I don't know. I like a lot of them.
I haven't read that many. I imagine I could like them, but
my favorite one is more of a mystery, but it's called A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I talk about it on my channel all the time because it's like my favorite book now, and it's so good.
What's my favorite thriller? You by Caroline Kepnes. That was my
You
favorite.
is really good. I like You.
I was
I
talking
love
about that earlier.
You is just
It's so good.
just the way it makes you feel for Joe. Like I love Joe to death, and this is so bad.
Is he not the stalker?
Yeah.
It puts you in the mind of the stalker, and like everything that he's thinking is kind of reasonable.
It
But
is.
he does, like his actions are way out of line. So like imagine you're a teenager and like you like somebody and you think about them a lot. So he's doing that. But then he's like, so my solution is I'm gonna go stalk her.
Yeah.
And then like she isn't a nice character. She's a terrible person.
Oh,
Not like him, because he's like doing illegal stuff, but she's awful. So then you feel for him more because you're like, Joe, you deserve better, even though he's stalking her.
yeah.
It's twisted, but it's good. And then the sequel I really like as well.
Borrow that off you next time I see you. We're just gonna exchange piles of books at this point.
I've got the sequel as well, so you can take both. I don't like what they did with the show with the sequel.
Really? I haven't read the sequel, but I like the second season better than the first season. Plus, Netflix did the second season. And Netflix does it better than... I don't know what it was on before. I don't remember.
The first one. The end of the second season, they kind of... Like, where the second book ends, it doesn't go as far as the second season. So, you know, at the end of the second season, you get that thing where they've gone somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it opens it up for the new season. Like, it cuts before that in the book. And I really love the character of Love and that dynamic. So, it upsets me that it...
Oh, yeah. It kind of upsets me, too. Love is great.
Oh, I'm so... Yeah, I can't because spoilers, but...
I mean, Love is terrible and great, just like Joe.
Somebody called Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her
It kind
name.
of just sounds like you're lamenting at this point. Like, Love is great. Love is terrible. And I'm like, are you okay?
He talks about love, and it's like kind of metaphorical because he's talking about love as a thing and love as a person.
I'm actually reading horror and thriller for like probably like the rest of the month, except for like a couple other books sprinkled in, because I'm participating in like a horror readathon. So I'm excited to read a whole bunch.
I don't have any I'm excited about right now, which is my problem. I'm just kind of clearing through ones I picked up. Like the one I'm reading is Good Me, Bad Me, and I picked it up secondhand. And I unhaul most of my thrillers. The only thrillers I've ever read and kept is You and Night Film by Marisha Pessel. The rest I just unhaul straight away because I don't see much value in rereading them because the whole point is like plot twists and stuff.
Does the Furies count?
Oh yeah, the Furies counts, but it has like a supernatural occult theme in it.
Yeah, it's like you don't quite know what's going on. So the rest of my TV this month is just fantasy, like quite dense fantasy. So I'm like, oh no.
I'm only on dense fantasy now. I've got to finish this thriller. I need to finish Winter of the Witch now because I've started it. I'm picking up City of Brass tomorrow, and then I'm buddy reading Vicious with Jade, and I need to read Assassin's Quest by the end of the month as well.
I'm starting Assassin's Quest tomorrow. Is the plan. First day of full-time work. Don't think that's going to happen, but the plan is to start Assassin's Quest tomorrow. So then I've got like at least a solid 2.5 something weeks to have it finished.
His channel should now be in the description box. If you joined right at the beginning, you might need to refresh.
Yeah. The only other books that I'm not reading that are thrillers and horror are I'm buddy reading the 5th season with somebody.
I'm reading that.
Oh, yay, we're twinning. And then I also need to read Assassin's Apprentice because my friend Erin is peer pressuring me into it, which is fine.
I remember you commenting on my video being like, Aaron's going to kill me if I don't read this soon, so...
Yeah. I also was going to read Stranger Dreamers right here. I was going to read this because my other friend is going to peer pressure me into reading this too, but I think a whole bunch of us are going to buddy read it next month, so...
That is one of my favourite books. I don't talk about it too much anymore. But,
everybody's asking about the reading rush.
Right. No, I'm not. But do not be surprised if next Monday there's a daily vlog. Because I feel like I am going to. Because I've daily vlogged every year. I don't want to, and I don't have any books planned for it.
Yeah. I'm not doing it just because, like, I don't judge anybody else from doing it, and I participated for a long time, but I feel like they're so big, and they're just, like, they're just, like, so, like, the lack of diversity is very apparent to me, and I feel like if they're so big, like, they could just be doing better, but, like, I don't judge anybody else participating, but I feel like I'm gonna try and read more that week.
I've always had the same kind of thing with the reading rush, in that the prompts are very basic, and like, they were the big readathon back in the day, and they have been they're still the biggest readathon.
Yeah.
But readathons have come a long way since then, and the reading rush doesn't reflect that. So it's kind of like going back to a readathon from 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So it doesn't excite me. From the point of a content creator, if you don't post daily vlogs that week, your channel is dead. It's bad during reading rush week.
It annoys me because, like, I don't typically watch daily vlogs, but then, like, my entire feed will just be daily vlogs for a week, and I'm like,
anything else, then it's lost. And I had some really good videos planned for that week, so I'm like, I don't really want to post my best ideas in the reading rush week, so I might have daily vlogging, because I have daily vlogged the last 2 years as well. But I have no idea what I'm reading. It will be something that I decide probably next Saturday whether I'm actually going to do it or not, depending on how. I suppose it depends how much work I get done this week, because if I'm going to be really busy during reading rush week, there's no point in me participating.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I will be. I've only ever participated once, and that was last year on a whim because I was already reading a lot. So I basically just assigned the books I was already reading to badges. But I've never really been too bothered about it. Like, it's just not really a thing.
Daily vlogging is fun. I like daily vlogging. It gets exhausting by the weekend. But then I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do to make my vlogs interesting?
I know I can't daily vlog. Like, I just know that's the thing I can't do.
No, I can't.
I
like the challenge.
I would like the challenge if I was still in the situation that I was in like a week ago. My vlogs would just be work, not reading. Work, not reading.
Because the thing is, like, you have to read during the day because you spend your night editing. So all your reading has to get done. Like, I have managed to do the reading rush. Like, my first reading rush, I read 7 books, or I read 6 books, but I fulfilled every prompt, because one prompt is always like to do something, not to read a certain book. So I think I did 6 books, worked every day, and went to the gym 3 times, and posted a vlog every day. And I don't know how I did it. I've never been able to do that again. So my plan last year, I said I would take this week off work, but now that I'm self-employed, I can't do that because I have work that needs to be done. I technically can, because I can work when I want, but I'll just fall too behind and it won't be worth the stress.
Yeah, I can't. I hate editing, so I mean, I just don't like hearing myself talk. And also, it takes me forever because I put memes in my videos, and it takes me forever to find them. So it's like extra time.
I forgot it used to be BOOKOPLATHON, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like week-long readathons anymore. I can do very short ones like this, or I can do really long ones, like a month.
Yeah.
But weeks, I'm not good at.
I think I'm the same, but I don't know why. Like, I can't figure out why it makes any difference. I think maybe because, like, it might be how I am with vlogging, where I'll do a week-long vlog, but you'll only actually see like 3 or 4 days, because it'll just be days where I skip because nothing was interesting, and like I feel like maybe that's why when it comes to week-long readathons, they'll just be like half of the week that I ignore. And I'll read on certain days and be like, woo.
I think that I did the reading rush in 2018 and it went really well for me. And the only other week-long readathons that I've participated in are ones that Jade has hosted. So there was Ghibliathon last year, and then Polathon this year are the only readathons that I've actually managed to complete week-long ones. Believeathon should be so easy, but I suck at it every single time. Like, I failed it on the month one last year, and then I failed the week-long one this year.
It literally just said heartbreak for Polathon. I read 1 book for Polathon, and it wasn't even a difficult one, which just says it all.
I think I did 4 for Polathon this year. I ended up having to double up. But when Jade did Ghibliathon, that was the first vlog that I had was really long. It was like 50 or 55 minutes. And then they never kind of went back down. They've been long since.
Oh. Someone said they watched, like, they listened to a podcast about Raylene and Ariel.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's just not reflected into the reading rush. Like, okay, they're doing it in their personal lives, but like they're not really reflecting it on in the reading rush. I don't watch either of their channels, so I don't know how those have changed. But
I don't either.
I don't know. I just
Jade, stop calling me out.
I believe I watched G's video at the time. I don't know if anything's changed, but she said at the time that she didn't really know what she was doing, but she may just do it, like run it on Discord.
Yeah.
So there won't be like a video and anything, but she's still going to go ahead just to wrap up the year and then rebrand it next year. So the news are still happening, but not like as a big thing. It will just be happening on Discord. And for the sake of continuity, and because I love, like, the Magical Readathon is my absolute favorite readathon, I'm going to do the news.
Me too.
Yeah, Jade did. Jade did know the rules.
I can't even remember why I failed. Like, what was I doing that week? Cannot remember.
Me neither.
I'll have to go back and find out because I can't remember.
24 hours are a killer. When's the readathon, Jade? Is it the next weekend or the weekend after?
One after.
Is that reading weekend?
Probably.
Yes.
Oh.
Because I thought it was next weekend, and I was like, I'm literally not having a break from readathons, and then I realised it was the 20-something.
Oh.
Lol.
Oh god, daily vlogging on a 20. No. Right, I regret everything. We'll see what happens. Jamie managed to do all of the prompts for Believeathon. Jamie spends too much time baking and not enough time reading. And he's baking for his boyfriend and not for anyone else. It's not fair.
But then he managed to do all of the prompts, so he is obviously reading.
Yeah, that is reading rush week. So that week I'm buddy reading a book with Jade. So it's a reading rush and readathon. I think Ryan's coming to visit that week as well.
I mean, at least I'll have content for your daily vlogs.
Yeah.
You'll be doing stuff. No, I'm not particularly fussed about reading rush. I'm going to have to rethink my content now because I don't want it to just be bored. So
maybe if you had some like low-key content that doesn't, like recommendations videos that do better all the time than immediately.
I can't remember what
they grow over time.
True. I do find it funny, like the irony of everybody posting daily vlogs, because not only are content creators spending less time reading because they have to edit and vlog, but nobody's going to watch anybody's videos because you're all meant to be reading.
It's a whole thing, and like last year it was just super oversaturated. The year before when I daily vlogged, there wasn't too many people doing it, but last year it was a lot.
I remember people saying they just didn't like seeing them, but I don't know. It doesn't bother me in a case where I just like me because if like people are having fun and go at it, it's just that I probably won't watch many because I already fall behind on BookTube anyway.
Yeah.
So starts posting a video every day. I'm like, oh crap.
I kind of use it as a time to catch up on other BookTube videos and just don't really watch the daily vlogs as much unless I like really just like love the person and their energy.
I don't know who started daily vlogging.
I don't know.
The person whose daily vlogs I first watched, and I still watch hers every year, is Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, but probably not the first.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
I feel like it wasn't just one person. Like, I feel like people just started doing it together, like, at the same time.
daily videos started in the first BookTubeathon. They had daily video challenges posted on the day. Are they still doing that? I think they might be. I never do the video challenges because I just didn't have time. I could this year. Readathon doesn't have a specific theme. You just read what you want for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And because somebody asked earlier, Readathon is a 24-hour readathon hosted by Jada Ray Reads, who is somewhere in the comments.
Here somewhere.
She'll probably pop up now we've mentioned her.
It's interesting how that's evolved for from the daily challenges to daily vlogs, like complete daily vlogs.
Yeah. It's 7:30, so I have to go.
Oh yeah, we'll
Yeah.
find out.
I have to go to my channel with Charles.
Another
Finishing at midnight in your time. Then if you head over to Deja's channel, she is still running sprints.
Yes.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that is it for BOOKOPLATHON. I'll be over on the Twitter for a little while and I'll wrap up my vlog and stuff. Don't forget to tag your vlog, like tag the readathon Twitter so I can retweet them and stuff. I'm going to spend probably most of next week watching those. And yeah, thank you for a great readathon. Thank you for participating. And I will see you in the next one, which I'm terrified for. As well. And yeah, and thanks to Deja for the reading sprints that she's been running, because they've given people somewhere to go when I haven't been available to do so.
You're welcome. It was so much fun.
No.
Yeah, that's it. Bye.
Bye.
Smile and wave. Bye.